What you are about to hear is not a rumor. This is not clickbait. This is a real scandal that has shaken the entire football world, and FIFA is right at the center of it. Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest goal scorer in the history of football. A man with 143 international goals. The man heading into his SIXTH and final World Cup. And what does FIFA do? They not only snub him publicly, they then get caught bending their own rules in a way that has nations threatening legal action. And the worst part? There is proof. Cold, hard, undeniable proof that FIFA treated Ronaldo differently from every other player on this planet. Stay with me, because this story gets bigger the deeper you go. Let's go back to November 2025. The 2006 FIFA World Cup is getting closer. 42 of the 48 nations have already qualified. The excitement is building globally, and FIFA, the governing body of world football, decides to celebrate. They post an official promotional image on their social media channels, featuring a representative player from every qualified nation. Now, think about this for a second. Portugal's representative, in an official FIFA poster, for the biggest tournament on earth. The player FIFA chose to represent Portugal was Bruno Fernandes, not Cristiano Ronaldo. The all-time leading goal scorer in the history of football, the man set to play in his 6th World Cup, a record he will share with Messi. Let that sink in. Ronaldo, 143 international goals, 226 caps, the most decorated individual player the sport has ever seen, and FIFA puts up Bruno Fernandes. The internet exploded. Fans from every corner of the world flooded FIFA's comment sections demanding answers. The backlash was so severe, so immediate, so thunderous, that FIFA quietly deleted the post without a single statement, without an apology, without any explanation whatsoever. They just hoped nobody would notice. They hoped it would disappear. It didn't disappear, because nothing disappears anymore. And for Ronaldo fans, this was not just disrespect. This felt personal. This felt deliberate. And as we are about to show you, this was only the beginning. Now we get to the scandal that truly broke football's internet. November 2025. Portugal versus Republic of Ireland. A crucial World Cup qualifier in Dublin. Portugal are trailing 2-0. Ronaldo is frustrated, and in a moment that shook the sport, Ronaldo drove his elbow into the back of Irish defender Dara O'Shea. Initially, it was a yellow card. Then VAR reviewed the incident, and the yellow became a red. It was the first international red card of Ronaldo's entire 226-game career for Portugal. Now here's where it gets serious. Here is where the rules come in. FIFA's disciplinary code is absolutely clear on this. For violent conduct, the punishment is a minimum 3-match ban. Not 1 match, not 2. 3 matches minimum. The whole football world understood what this meant. If Ronaldo served a 3-match ban, he would have missed Portugal's final qualifier and their first 2 matches at the 2026 World Cup. For a 40-year-old man heading into his last ever World Cup, that could have been devastating. That could have meant Ronaldo watching from the stands as Portugal played their opening games without him. But then something happened, something that nobody expected, something that has sent shockwaves through football governance at the highest level. FIFA announced the sanction, and Ronaldo received just a 1-match suspension. 1 match that he had already served against Armenia, a match Portugal won 9-1, and then he was free. The 1-match ban he served during the final qualifier was deemed sufficient, with FIFA stating the additional sanctions would only be activated if he commits another infringement of a similar nature during the probationary period. Just like that, Ronaldo was cleared for the World Cup. First game, from minute 1. Now, here is where the story goes from controversial to a full-blown scandal, because at the same time Ronaldo received his red card against Ireland, there was another player, another captain, who committed the exact same offense. Armenia captain Tigran Barsian was dismissed for the first time in his international career, also for violent conduct, also against Ireland in the qualifiers. Like Ronaldo, it was his first ever red card, just like Ronaldo. But unlike Ronaldo, no leniency was shown, no Article 27, no probationary period. He is still serving his full ban, same offense, same qualifying campaign, same first red card of an international career. 2 completely different outcomes. And FIFA's justification for the difference? They pointed to Article 27 of their disciplinary code, which gives FIFA broad discretion to fully or partially suspend disciplinary measures as it sees fit. As it sees fit, in other words, FIFA can change any punishment for any player whenever they want, with no consistent criteria, no transparency, no explanation to the football world. FIFA has on rare occasions reduced bans before a World Cup, but never until now has it suspended part of a violent conduct suspension specifically to allow a player to appear at the tournament. And the reaction? Global, immediate, furious. One fan wrote online, "It's an absolute disgrace. The amount of players that have missed huge games for suspensions over the years makes a mockery of the game." Another added, "Bending the rules just so he can play in the World Cup is shocking. He assaulted another player and should be punished accordingly." And then came the comment that cut deepest, the one that exposed exactly what people believe is really happening here. FIFA know Ronaldo generates money. Him not playing opening World Cup game loses them money. Typical. If this was a Scottish player from a small country, he'd be banned for all three. And that comment right there is what makes this a scandal, not just a controversy. A scandal, because this isn't just about Ronaldo. This is about whether the rules of football apply equally to every human being on this planet, or whether your name, your fame, and your commercial value determine the punishment you receive. As one major football publication put it, at best, it's blatant favoritism towards the most famous footballer in the world. At worst, it's another example of the long-accused corruptive nature of the FIFA organization, which has only become more obvious under President Gianni Infantino. And this is not a new pattern. Earlier in 2025, Infantino was criticized for securing Inter Miami's entry into the Club World Cup under questionable justification, widely interpreted as a move to ensure Lionel Messi's involvement. Now, the exact same debate, the exact same organization, a different superstar, but the same question. Do the rules apply to everyone? Here's what makes this bigger than just online debate. Multiple nations are already exploring whether they can challenge FIFA's decision through legal channels if drawn against Portugal. The goal: restore the original suspension, prevent Ronaldo from playing. A potential test case at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Think about what that means. National football federations, sovereign football associations, exploring legal action against FIFA, the world's governing body of the sport, over one man's suspension. The reason so many federations are concerned is clear. If Ronaldo's ban can be suspended, what stops other players from arguing the exact same thing? The precedent this sets is dangerous. If the rules can bend for Ronaldo, they can bend for anyone. Or more accurately, they bend only for those powerful enough to make it happen. Now, in the middle of all of this, remember the original snub, the deleted FIFA poster, the one where they left Ronaldo out entirely. This is the man who has confirmed the 2026 World Cup will be his final ever tournament. "Definitely yes," Ronaldo said when asked, "because I will be 41 years old. I gave everything for football. I have been in the game for the last 25 years. I did everything. His last World Cup, his final chapter, and the organization running that tournament first erased him from a poster, then rewrote their own rules to keep him in the competition. You genuinely could not write this story. But it is real, every single word. So let me ask you this. Is FIFA protecting Ronaldo? Or is FIFA protecting FIFA? Because Ronaldo at the World Cup means billions of viewers. It means sponsors. It means revenue. And it means Gianni Infantino gets to sell the greatest footballing farewell story the world has ever seen. The rules didn't bend for Ronaldo the man. The rules bend for Ronaldo the product. And somewhere, in an office in Zurich, FIFA is hoping you forget about the deleted poster. They're hoping you forget about Tigran Barcian. They're hoping you forget that a different player with an identical offense is still sitting out his ban. Football's biggest scandal isn't on the pitch, it's in the boardroom. Drop a comment below. Do you think FIFA treated Ronaldo fairly, or is this the clearest proof yet that football's rules only apply to those without a famous name? Let me know. And if this video opened your eyes, you know what to do.